Welcome back,
Uh,
everyone. Well, it is Sunday. It is finally May, it seems like, which it doesn't seem like it's May. And we are getting closer and closer to Free For All, which is in July. So what is it, like 2 months away? May and June, July, being 2 months. That's it.
I don't think I'll be able to go, sadly.
yeah, I'm not
Well, I know a
gonna
lot
be
of
able
the,
to go
I know
with
a lot of the, I know a lot of the furs, in our group though, Doofy, Fox, that we know of that are going to be going to that too.
My parents just don't
So it's
feel
going to be kind of
comfortable without
interesting.
letting me go.
yeah. Where is Free
Hopefully,
For? It's like in the middle of nowhere, USA.
Tulsa?
to Oklahoma,
Me,
Tulsa,
Yeah,
Oklahoma. That's
Oklahoma.
where it's going to be at.
Yeah, middle of
me,
nowhere in the
I'd
USA.
prefer
Like
to.
I said.
I'd basically prefer to go to a virtual FurCon. The bright side is in a
I know, but
virtual
they're not.
FurCon, nobody can tell you what not to do,
Are
and
they
by that
still
I mean
doing
your
virtual
parents.
VerfCons?
You know how my
No, not
parents feel
anymore
about furs.
because of the
Ah,
COVID restrictions. Now that the COVID restrictions are easing, now it's gone back to real fur cons.
Well, that's good.
virtual FurCons would be great for people who don't really can pay for travel and admissions and staying at the hotels and
I
stuff.
know.
And it would be great for people like from far away to like get together more easily. So I
I
think
just
they should keep doing those for
really hope I can
virtual
convince my
FurCons.
parents to let me go to at least one con to make some good friends. That's kind of like my point about going.
Well, hopefully so, but I do want to get to the main topics of today, which is definitely
Okay.
something, of course, everyone has heard about, of course, right? Everyone has heard that Elon Musk has finally bought Twitter, and all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden he's
Woo!
reinstated all
Yay!
Republican accounts, all these alt-right
That is
accounts
Yeah,
good.
that kind of,
That is good.
the
and now,
alt right.
and a lot of people are yeah, but a lot of people are now, worried that he's going to buy out Facebook now.
Ooh,
Really?
that's really gonna be good. I can see that
Well,
happen. He could buy every franchise in the world if
This
he wanted.
Twitter thing was out of the nowhere, out of the blue, because it's only come out after the fact that he was told by like a he was told by like a fandom page or something to like buy Twitter, and then that started a thing, and then 2 months later he bought Twitter.
yeah, but it's interesting how he all of a sudden reinstated all these accounts that were unfairly banned. So when
Yeah,
he's
Is that
promoting
good?
freedom of speech, no, that's a good thing because he's promoting
Exactly.
freedom of speech. That's what he's doing. He's now equaling the playing field. He's leveling this playing field now. I mean, two can play at that game though.
Oh yeah.
and there's
He's
also
the
the
richest
reversal
man.
of the algorithm.
Yep.
You can see many liberal and leftist Twitter accounts have gone down massively in followers, and more conservative Republican type Twitter accounts are going up in followers.
Hey, I was
You
gonna
know
ask really
what's
quickly.
interesting?
Oh, go ahead first.
Yeah, what I was gonna say was speaking of that, once after that change, I actually gained 300 followers. I'm up to like
Wow,
Ooh,
1700
very
now, I
nice.
think.
congrats.
Nice.
Well, I do post a
And I
lot
was
of alt
sad
right
to
stuff
fail
on
me.
there, so
Yeah,
Yeah, you got some pretty epic posts.
I haven't seen your Twitter account.
oh, I
I
always put
barely
it at
go
the end.
on Twitter.
Oh, I always say, what I use and what at like end of every video and stuff like that. And speaking of that, we've got some comments here. Did you also hear about the other thing that Elon Musk
Coke.
finally might actually put Coke back in Coca-Cola? You've heard of that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought it was always there.
And can we fix the McDonald's
No.
ice cream machines?
Yeah, can we?
Yes,
And
fix
well, they.
them, fix them.
Hey, maybe
The
Musk will buy
question,
McDonald's next.
the question is, how long has the ice cream machine been broken for?
40+
Oh,
years.
Yeah.
well, actually, they always. Here's the thing,
Good
though.
grief.
Here's what I heard directly from a manager that's been working at the McDonald's for 40 years. They tell you that the reason why they say it's broken is because it's hard and a pain in the ass to clean it. So what they do on purpose is when you ask for an ice cream cone, and I've seen this happen before, they'll purposely make like a crash noise, and it's like, oh, sorry, our ice cream machine just broke.
And it's kind of like
Damn
it's kind of like an
lazy
inside
ass
joke
workers.
nowadays.
But then here's the thing, though: why can't they upgrade the ice cream machines then?
That's a good question.
They're $1 billion global conglomerate, but they can't get better ice cream machines.
True.
That's a good question. I mean, if you get any answers, I mean, let's see. Oh, here's another one. Here's another live comment. McDonald's shake machines can't work. That's another one.
That's a good
Because when do you
statement.
Yeah, I
Work
mean,
miracles.
no, it can't because, well, I mean, around here, 9 times out of 10, we always see a sign that says, "Oh, our ice cream machine is broken," or
That
"No
is bull
shakes,
crap.
no frappes." Even they've even done that before.
I know that's bull crap for sure.
But really,
We've seen it
okay.
all.
Let's do a little poll. Who here has been to McDonald's in the past 5 years?
Actually, we go there at least once or twice every few months or so.
Oh,
I think the
I
last
have
time
been
I
to
went
in a
was
McDonald's
long
since I was
time.
like 10.
the last time I went was probably about maybe 2 months ago, but that was only once for what was it? And ironically, during that time, we did get ice cream cones.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, I almost forgot. There was this one time since um I went to the kosher McDonald's in Jerusalem one time. That was
Excuse me.
it
That's
wasn't
fine.
that great. And by now it's actually lost its texture. So
Wow.
yeah.
Kind of to be
Typical
I mean,
expected.
McDonald's.
I think it's just very interesting the way how it is. I mean,
Yeah, I do agree.
As
yeah, I mean, the
a,
other thing that I've been noticing
as
so
a
many different patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like, well, not but this just makes with McDonald's themselves because it seems like over the years, it used to be like this fun, happy place, right? I mean, now look what's
Yeah.
happened throughout
Yeah.
the years. It's like gray, boring, and depressing. It seems like.
That's actually with
Yeah.
all
more business like.
fast food chains.
And look,
There's a phenomena called fast casual where they don't like the whole childish, like bright look of it. They like it more like an established restaurant, but still want the fast food
hey,
service.
Red,
So
do you
the
remember?
building
Oh, go ahead.
architecture changed to look more like a
Yeah,
restaurant with
yeah.
like the gray and dark color walls and ceiling and stuff,
So,
and the
Red,
more furnished tiles inside.
Hang on here.
do
Yeah,
you
hang on. We've got
remember?
our other guest. We finally got our other person on with us.
Oh, Boomba. You
Yeah,
can.
you gotta turn that off.
Hey, man, something might be wrong with the
You
mic.
got. There's actually an echo on your end.
What?
Ow, my ears.
Yeah, that's not good. Hang on, that's just for now. I gotta fix that.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hang on, I can't
We
hear
were
you.
we were just talking about that, but that what's interesting is there's actually a McDonald's over here in my state that has not been upgraded or I think it not even been remodeled
Modernized.
There
since I
we
think
go.
it's actually still got the old '90s look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, some McDonald's still have that. I see some, but then I see a lot in the new, like, fancy fast casual style.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. We can hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was
Can you
saying
hear
in
us?
the I was saying in the comments, everybody asked Elon Musk to fix the steak machines, and he said, "I'm sorry, I can't work miracles."
You're right. Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, You never know though. I mean, he is the richest man in the world. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He
but
could buy all franchises of the world if he wanted.
yeah, but the other thing is also for McDonald's, they have those guys for those shake machines under contract on a company, and they're kind of a really shitty company.
But I
Yeah, I
think
believe it.
next, Elon Musk should buy CNN, and then that would end the leftist media
Uh,
for sure.
Yes, yes.
uh,
Oh yeah, you know what? That's actually perfect because I wanted to cover that topic. I mean, you
Yeah,
guys heard that CNN Plus really didn't work out, did it?
yeah.
Yep, definitely.
$100 million down
You
the
know, I
toilet.
didn't even
Drain.
hear about it until it got canceled. That's how
I know,
unpopular
it's
it
so
was.
funny because it's like, what the hell? I mean, everyone knows that CNN is the most corrupt network.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
it would,
we
and
all
here's the
know that at this point. I'm like, they try to make up fake news stories and make people think it's real, and it's not.
yeah, who's that guy? Skelter, that bald-headed dude, right? Brian
Oh
Skelter.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
somebody tried asking him legit questions and everything, saying, "Oh, we don't cover fake news and all this." It's like, well, you guys never apologized for the Russian investigations, this and this guy piled it on
oh
to
yeah,
Skelter.
speaking of the Russian investigation, I
4
also want to.
years. All it did was,
I just don't understand that.
oh, I guess he'll be back.
I know, yeah, it says that there's a device malfunction here. That's what it
Oh,
shows.
but no, the funny thing is, you said that by CNN. Um, yeah, all right. Yeah, I got your thing saved here. But AT&T, last time I checked, that owns CNN is up for sale.
Ooh.
So there's a
Cool.
possibility he could buy. All he has to do is buy AT&T and say, "What are you going to do with CNN?" We're going to add a bunch of guys from Fox News to it.
Do that, do that.
Funny.
It's weird.
You should do that.
Just as I said, Russian investigation. I think the CIA hosted and kicked me from the stream.
Yeah. Oh, and also toward the end, I got some really breaking furry news.
What is
Uh,
that?
What is it?
I'll Okay, anybody here gone to a convention at
I'd
all?
really like to this summer, but I just got word that
No,
Hopefully,
I'm
well, I
going to
am going to free
gym
for
all
all.
I've never
year.
been to a
Well,
convention.
okay, got a bit of news right here. This has been going on in STL furs and also more into Gateway Fur Meat. A guy who goes as Neil the Nerd has who's an artist, has taken everybody's money on commissions and hasn't produced anything at all.
Oh, theft.
Damn, that's
Come and
Yep.
a lot
demonic.
of people are going through the hassle of having to go through PayPal. Anybody that paid cash, if they and he's like get like bounced around 5 other states here, and he's just taking everybody's money.
That's
He's
ridiculous.
yeah, he's the type that will when he's out last time I saw him he was in a wheelchair. Somebody told me he broke his legs. Um but anywho, was it I don't know if it's still up. Was on something called let me check on my phone real quick. Hang on. Bear with me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
But
Yeah.
I really have a question about that. Did how many people did not look to see his commission history, to see his website, his art and stuff, that to see that he doesn't produce what he's asked for?
I don't know. I mean, he brought
That's
some stuff.
crazy.
He brought some sketches to the convention saying this is that, and he puts little post-its over certain parts of the, character and everything. So, and
Yeah.
he is. I got in contact actually by his the other person he works with, which is another commissioner, saying where they collaborate, and they said that yeah, he first they say he got
Oh,
hacked,
Dick
but no,
Fox, you came back, right?
hmm?
No,
No,
What?
he
Dick.
was just asking. Yeah.
But anyway, like I was saying, yeah, there, there's a lot of people. Like throughout one day, all I heard was notifications going off about this guy there. There's if thing called Draw Ponies where there's a whole article talking about him, how he's ripped off a lot of people, and I
I'm
just
sure he
told
has.
people, I just said, put it out to our conventions because this is something that conventions don't want to get mixed in with somebody that's being a con artist.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what
Now,
I've been
did
seeing
people
kind of.
who paid for commission, did
Maybe
people
I've
who bought commissions get their money back?
They're having to go through PayPal to get their money back. I'm one of them.
You got
Yeah,
ripped
that
Oh,
off.
kind of sucks
that
though.
sucks.
Yeah,
I won't know.
I feel ya.
I
Yeah,
can
I won't know.
understand that.
I won't know anything till May 1st because they say,
It
have
is
you
May
gotten it?
1st.
No, not May 1st, May 6th. May
Oh,
6th. If he doesn't respond, then I got to add on. It's like saying like this product was never produced and yada yada. So
Damn, that,
yeah, so $100
that's
commission.
awful.
Got to wait for $100 to come back in
Hate
my
those
pocket.
kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you have to
People-
submit a paperwork and sign the forms.
Yeah, you got to do all that stuff on, like I said, on PayPal, and I've gone
but I
through
don't
another
use that.
bad commissioner that lived in Cancun, Mexico, where they had their stuff posted on Ink Bunny. And I asked them how much, and it was $100. And I got screwed out about $10 just because of the exchange rate on that between pesos and American cash.
Oh wow.
I can imagine
Yeah.
that being true.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah,
like,
most likely. Well, I guess you could say, still a starting artist. Most of
mm-hmm.
my commissions would probably be free to a certain extent because for me, art just is a way for me to zone out and de-stress. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't really care
Agreed.
doing it somewhat free.
Mm-hmm.
I just enjoy drawing for the fun of it, and it keeps me relaxed and not stressed.
Yeah, that's how I used to be until later on I started getting tritunnel in my wrist, and I can only draw for so long. And yeah,
I
I'm
mean, I
not good.
can
I
when
used
I
to be
start drawing,
really
I can
good.
go on nonstop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I basically do still draw, but it's not very strong, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can
I
understand.
still need to work on it.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt the whole thing. Let's go ahead and get back on track with the articles with Mighty. I just wanted to put that out there
Yeah,
Agreed.
just
beforehand.
just the topics and everything like that. There's just
Yeah.
been so much going on. I mean, the other thing
Mm-hmm.
I've started to notice now, and I have to
Oh,
find this picture
I
probably for
went to
later on.
the.
I'll show you guys. But
Oh, yeah.
oh,
Finish.
the other thing I don't know if you saw, Fox, that you saw on our group that we have. Did you see how people are now threatening to shut down free for all now?
Oh, great! I
No, I
saw
haven't
that.
They've
seen
been
that.
And look,
threatening.
look,
Like I
look.
knew people were
Yeah,
against it, but there's like
This
an
is one
active like
reason why that
trying
I
to
was
shut
told I
down.
can't
yeah,
go.
but you realize they already had to change hotels because of false bomb threats that those stupid left, communist furs that they're
Oh my
doing, right? I
god.
mean, that's illegal though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't need that kind of stuff
Yeah.
going on. That's drama.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah,
the thing
but the
about free
funny
for
thing is,
all.
what's hilarious
They
though is,
worry
they
about
tried to
hate
say that.
spreading in the furry community, yet they threaten to bomb the hotel. Is that
They-
what
they
you're
Yeah,
can't
saying?
they're
do
the ones
that.
that are causing all the hatred. They're the ones that have made the fandom an
Yeah.
entire mess. I've got a couple of friends that I talk to
Yeah.
in other groups that they refuse to be first because of this shit. When I showed them about all this Nazism stuff, because
Look,
that's basically what they're acting
look,
like, is Nazis.
this is one thing
Yeah.
reason why my parents
There's
wouldn't agree with
there's
me
no
going to a
Nazis
con
in the
like that.
fandom.
Yeah, there's only anti-fascists that are fascists.
And look, the kind of friends they want me to make are athlete jocks that act like they're better than everyone. That's not the kind of people I should be friends with.
No, I mean it's like what
Mhm.
a friend told me. Try to avoid all those bad people, but at the same time, don't try to become one of them. I mean,
Look,
you got to basically defeat the monster without becoming one yourself.
this is the
Yeah.
whole point that my
This
parents
is
kind of tell me.
probably me being tactical, but you said, and a little bit of doing what my mom probably would do if she was in your situation, Z. But you said your parents want you to be friends with athlete jocks, correct?
Well, that's one thing that they think I'm into because I watch a lot of sports and all that, but that doesn't mean those are the kind of people I need to be around because I'm not like them. I don't have that same competitive nature in me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because my
Oh
thought
yeah,
process
I can
was,
see that.
if they're stuck on thinking that you would like to hang out with those types of people instead of hanging out with people more your type, I say try and find a jock that takes steroids on a daily basis, invite him to the house, and just watch him rampage when he goes steroid crazy.
Roid Rage.
I mean, that's not the only
Yep,
thing.
it
They also
is.
want me to be friends with people that go to church, but all the churches and people that go to my churches in my town are hypocrites.
Oh, look at us. It's like, we're not friends with the Raiders, but the Raiders come over here on our thing, once in a while and leave comments on our YouTube and whatnot, and I leave comments on theirs. I mean, we may not get along, but at least, we can somewhat, a little bit, slightly talk to each other. I'm not
Yeah,
down. I'm
somewhat.
not.
Even though there's still, I hate to say this, there's still a lot of crap going on in that group, and I'm not
Yeah,
really a
but
fan of them anymore.
like I
Yeah.
said, it's not all. You gotta remember, it's not always the whole group. You can have five guys out of the bunch, just ruining shit
I
for
mean,
some
look,
other
the thing is that most
Which group
folks think that the
chat?
whole fandom's bad, and I try to
people.
explain to them that
Which
that's
group
not the
chat?
case.
Well, you can also explain to them how the fandom is gonna be reborn someday once it
Well,
crumbles down.
see, that's the way
It,
FFA is. They basically is take the political shit and leave it at the fucking door.
Yeah,
That's what
see, I'm
basically
not
even
into
two
any of that.
ranting
I'm more into
Crippin
the
said.
drawing and friend making.
I don't
yeah, I
mind
mean,
making
there's.
friends. No, I
I
don't.
mean,
I mean,
I can't. I've actually been talking to him a little bit on and off, and he's not really a fan of all the shit that's going on either.
All I really want is to make some friends that are like me, and y'all are the kind of friends that are perfect. I just need to find some in my area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we
Yeah,
And
don't
I
have to be all
It's becoming
furries.
harder. It's becoming harder to find
I wish one of y'all could fly down
people
to
in this
Mississippi and maybe
community
meet
to
up with
feel
me
comfortable
somewhere.
with. Since if you express yourself, you'll just be called hatred and bigoted and Nazi, whatever they want to say. It's kind of like then
as
you just hide in yourself, and then you're like, this isn't the community that it portrayed itself as.
Yeah, that's one problem that my parents tell me about is they can be friendly and then not seem like that once you're with them, but I know y'all aren't like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
basically they have trust issues.
you should see all the people that I've dealt with just in this past year that have been, I hate to say this, but complete assholes, complete jerks,
And
dickheads,
look,
that
that's
kind of
all there
stuff.
is around my town. They want me to be friends with people like that. I'm like, how do you expect me to be friends with people that can't even
Hell no.
compatible with
No.
me?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
No, no,
say
no.
on that
That's
one,
just
it's
not
hard.
gonna work.
if you feel like they want you to be friends with jerks, Pretend to
Well,
be
that's all there
friends
is
with
to
the
it.
most biggest jerk in the world who's also a slob and everything else. Just
The
invite them
problem
to
is
your house
one
and
of
let
them
him run
threatened to
havoc.
kill me.
Ooh,
Mm.
He
That's
didn't do
not good.
crap.
I've had that happen before.
mm-hmm.
Like
That's
I
he got
had
in
terrible.
my
I've had
face
that happen.
talking that crap.
I've
Yeah, I had a
had two
roommate who
people
was
that I noticed were unstable to an extent. One constantly instigating a fight so he can get me in jail. The other one basically
I can understand that.
unpredictable to the point to where I felt actually in danger every time I was around him.
yeah.
I can understand
Oh
that.
goodness.
I have
I've
one
never
guy.
never really
Because he
had
didn't even have to
a friend
say
like
anything
that.
to feel dangerous.
Yeah,
It's just the energy he was creating was so unpredictable. You could kind of imagine how you would feel if you could feel that unpredictable energy. It's like basically trying to be friends with a tiger that you don't know when it's going to be hungry enough to try and eat you.
Oh,
Yep.
good heavens. And that's actually one of the things I have fears of in the fandom. Those who are into that.
Yeah. It's just like I told you guys. I used to have 30 friends. I kicked them all to the side of the curb because they were all turning into a bunch of hypocrites. My best
That's all
friends.
we have in my town is church hypocrites.
I,
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much happening.
look.
I mean,
And look, they want me to be friends with people that believe in the Lord too, but they don't even really care about none of that. They just go
they
there to
always
be
want to put
there.
a restriction on religion, talking about, well, oh, he maybe they believe in God, but he doesn't believe in God. Or like, what do you mean not the right way? It's like,
There is
come
no
on.
right way.
yeah,
You believe in the Lord how you
yeah. I
believe
mean,
in the Lord.
Mm-hmm. It's just like
yeah.
my
You
uncle.
just you either do believe or you don't believe. I mean, it's just
I
one way or
believe.
another. There's not like these million reasons, kind of like with this this gender equality crap that's going on with all these different genders. It's
Oh,
like you're either a
God.
male or a female. Come on, get
And
it
that's
right.
the
That's what.
point that I try to make clear to my parents when I talk
Yeah.
about other people that have that kind of stuff in them.
Well,
I am male, and there's nothing else I can be but me.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Don't
Yep,
get me
somebody
started on the
accidentally
whole.
muted
Oh, sorry.
themselves.
Yeah. I was gonna say the whole thing with that one guy that's in women's sports, swimming,
I
whatever. I
can't
forget his
stand
name.
that. That's
I no,
ridiculous.
yeah, it's ridiculous because they tried this in UFC, and I'll tell you one thing: girl got her jaw broken and her skull fractured,
It's their
you know.
fault.
And then, okay,
It
what
is
does
their
that put
fault.
us? And here's the question I got for you guys: what's that put us in the future when women want to compete in men's sports? Is it okay for women to start
No.
taking steroids to compete in
And look,
men's sports?
this is how it's been for years. I mean, look, they've been trying for years to get women to compete in the NFL. Nothing's happened.
Or Major League Baseball? Yeah.
I mean, look, there's been college football females, but that's as far as it's gone to this day.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
I don't mind a co-ed
things are just not
sport,
going to change.
but when you got somebody talking so high and mighty about trans community in there, then make trans sports. That's have that. You know,
Yeah, make it separate
So
because
I have to agree with I have to agree
All
with you
right.
all this, but do you believe in the slippery slope so-called fallacy? Do you believe that this is like the trend?
I mean,
I,
I
I,
can't really stand that kind of
in,
stuff.
in certain
yeah,
aspects, I can say yes, it is a
Do
trend
you think
because
it's
I'll
just going to get worse and worse
maybe
with
I
this
don't know,
stuff?
It probably will. You know what they
but
say?
it
It'll only
probably
get
will.
worse
Yeah.
before it gets better.
But it also, I gotta say, in my opinion, a lot of this stuff, in certain points, I see as a medical trend. I mean, look back in the '80s. Oh, you can make your boobs bigger. Look in the '90s. Look,
Look at the 70s.
can make my dong 14 inches long. Look in the and then all of a sudden in the early 2000s, oh look, we got Viagra. Now all of a sudden you can change everything over and be a woman. And I tell you, it's just like the other crap I can't stand is
That's
the
not how things work. That's not natural.
well, it's just like
No,
those
it is.
kids.
Way too
Uh,
fast.
got a question for you guys. Have you heard of a kid called Devlin is Amazing?
No.
Yes, everyone
Yeah.
heard of
Oh
got
yeah.
heard of him.
Yep.
He's or she's the trans kid,
I
No,
haven't.
no,
like
no.
the
He
drag
he's
queen, the trans drag queen, whatever.
the yeah the drag queen kid that was doing like a little striptease in a gay
It's
adult bar
borderline
in New York.
pedophilia.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah,
ridiculous though.
and then people are like, "Well, what's the problem with that?" It's like, okay, if you go into any gay strip club, okay, how many
Okay,
people on there in there could have been on the sex offender
let's
list?
leave that to our imagination.
and then that whole kid drag queen phase opened up all these pedophiles to come out on Twitter and then start the pedo part of the LGBT movement. Like they tried
Oh
to
yeah. I
force
mean,
themselves in.
yeah. You know what the
Hmm.
funny thing is? I don't really tell many people about this, but there's kind of a reason why I'm the last for in my states because I had to kick out all the pedophiles and zoophiles out. So, oh well.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah,
well worth it
but
though.
but
I
also
agree.
the other thing
But
is I
here's
heard
the thing. Here's the thing. That's what my parents think they're all is. They think the whole fam's nothing but that. That's not true.
Well,
no,
I mean,
you see more of those
all the
people on.
leftists are though.
Well,
All
yeah,
the
because they
communist
pay
are.
for that crap.
Well, from what I've heard,
Yeah.
for
I
a
was
few
wanting
of them.
to cover a few things. I forgot two of them because I was trying to wait for my opportunity to talk. But I did have some advice that I could give you as well as an observation, Z. Based on the fact that based on what I've gotten from how your parents act, I think
They're
they're trying to be
overprotective. They're overprotective.
Or
more
you got
than
the
that. I think they're also trying to be controlling to an extent because they're literally telling you what friends you can have,
Not
who you can't
really.
be friends with.
I'm just saying that they just don't see the fandom as a good thing
why not?
and that.
No.
because of all the negative stuff that goes on.
Well, it's like
Right.
Well,
any
I
type
can
of
see
group.
that though.
Well,
There's
that's
You
way
can
too
also
much
also
drama in the
well.
fandom that says to be open and chill with everything, but it
Well,
just it's horrible.
oh,
you can also
well,
basically tell them something that could make them think for a minute. Like
I can't get
okay,
through to them about
yeah,
it.
no, tell
yeah.
them that the fandom is slowly collapsing in on itself, and from the ashes, a new fandom will arise because that's where
They
I'm
won't
seeing this
believe
head.
me. They won't
Yeah, that's what's
believe.
basically gonna
How
happen.
likely would that be? Do you think there would just be a schism in the fandom?
Hmm, possibly,
I
but
I don't know
all I
what's
gotta
going
say,
on, but what I'm seeing here out of all the years that I've been a furry, it's just I'm seeing it. It is starting to slowly collapse. It's starting to implode on itself. I mean, who knows if there's going to be a new fandom or something? I don't know. It could be anything.
well, well, it's just like the whole, Okay, I'm going to bring up one instance here, but it's like somebody told me about a few of the concepts done to like the gender neutral bathrooms and
Oh,
stuff
good.
like that.
And they've been
Which,
doing
Yeah,
that
that really
long.
didn't work out.
yeah,
Yeah, that really didn't work though.
no, but
I knew
also
it
the thing
wouldn't.
is, within any fandom, look at even the Trekkies. Do you know how much goddamn drama happens in that side? I mean, all the talk about, well, oh, this isn't canon, and other ones are saying, oh, well, this is
Yes, and look,
canon. After I'm just like, oh,
this
come on.
this can also be said to the fact that if you make a character that's like considered a closed species in a different way, everyone gets all butthurt about it and says that's illegal, blacklist them.
Well, all I gotta
Uh,
say is, it's
uh,
just like with the whole
uh,
thing with art. I'm
Like
sorry, with the
primogens or protogens.
well, no, I
Yeah.
understand that you come up with something, but thing is, don't get all hurt out of it. Just like somebody say,
Yeah,
"Oh, well,
like it's
you
a
took my,"
creation.
The other thing is, I can understand people stealing other people's characters
Yeah, that
and
I can
getting all pissed
understand.
I'm
off
having a
about
lot of technical difficulties.
it.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Draco, real quick, what did you want to say about this though?
What did I miss?
Basically, I was gonna say what I've seen from the fandom, and this is just my perspective because I did deep research as I could go into, basically on YouTube and other places that I had at that time. That the fandom is basically rotting from the inside out.
Maybe it's a better idea
Eventually,
I don't get involved with anything like it.
Well, it's good that that happens because then that's getting rid of it's purging out. It's purging all the junk out of it,
Well, that's
The
good.
bench,
I don't know if it would be that's possible. Is that possible to just get?
Well,
There's
there
just so
have
much
been.
going on though.
Yeah,
Look,
I
it,
let me
understand there's
a
so much
huge
going
chunk of
on.
the
let me tell
fandom
you
is all this woke LGBT stuff.
let me tell you
Hmm.
what the surviving part of this will be. The surviving furs of the fandom will be us, the good ones.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I'll tell you, it's everybody talks so much about the LGBT. Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm gay. Do I need to rely on a goddamn group to get by in life? No, the hell I friggin' don't. That's like everybody talking about like feminism and all this other stupid crap. It's like you need to rely on a group to get by in your life. I'm sorry, I do shit on my own.
Why do you think I don't like being around much people in my life? Is because no one ever really wants to hang out with me.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a lot more different. Like Liberty Fox. I just wanted to
Yeah,
point out something. It's kind of like what Victor's doing, right? He's trying to create like some kind of like
yeah.
I guess subculture,
Sub
I guess.
sub
Subculture.
fandom.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be something, and it's a lot different because you notice how we've basically all been noticing everything that's going on.
Yeah, the
I mean, and that group gets
apolitical,
like what?
conservative, and religious furs.
I mean, that group gets what, like thousands of posts a day. It seems like
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
have noticed.
active.
it
but I
is.
was
I mean,
also
and
gonna I was also
Oh my
gonna
god.
say, not only with the amount of fandom of people leaving the fandom, and there's actually one friend of mine who said he's left the fandom. He's also still being a furry, but I gave him, I guess you could say, a bit of hope by telling him that once the fandom does collapse, a new one will be, I guess you could say, rise from the ashes
Or
of
it
the
could
old.
like
reborn. Yeah,
I don't know if you
Yeah.
heard me before, but it could like be a schism maybe.
Well,
It could reach
it's
to the point where it would just split.
well, yeah. It's just like
Agreed.
make a comparison here. The Trekkies.
Because there
I
will
do.
Sorry.
always be those people. There's a sizable progressive movement that would support them, and then there would be this even bigger sizable of the apolitical,
Yeah,
conservative, other non-woke part
yeah,
of the
but
community.
real quick, it's not really progressive. It's like you're talking about this, this, and this. It's like, what does this have to do with your art? What does this have to do with your talent of making a fursuit?
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know, that's this is hobbies, and what
yeah, but
that's
the
like.
problem that's the reality.
Yeah, and
it is.
you
I
wanted to
mean, we've seen it.
show up. You wanted to show a picture or something, Mighty? You said earlier.
I can't seem to find it right now though, but it's just like these people are these complete cancel culture, Nazis as I like to say because
Y-
well that's what they're acting like. It seems like if there's anything that they don't like or they don't agree with, they'll cancel you over anything. It seems.
Yep,
Yeah, basically, like the slightest thing, and you out. I
it's
don't get.
Basically, like the witch trials.
Hmm. Yeah,
Exactly. We're going
it's
back
yeah,
into the
another
dark.
what's it called? A mass hysteria.
yeah.
We've
Yeah, it's like
basically
Well,
gone backward to the dark ages somehow. That's how stupid
yeah,
these
Yeah,
furs
Yeah.
have
pretty
got.
much.
yeah. It's like somebody's like, "Oh, I'm offended. This person should get banned off this platform or whatever because of something I got involved in. I wasn't even in their main tweet." It's like, come on, get out of here. You know, I
That's
I've go I've
basically
gone
called being hypersensitive. You
Yeah,
know,
I'd
The
go on
so
vast
out.
majority of everyone to this day, it's like you get old butthurt about the slightest reason.
Yeah, I can't understand how somebody like that could even go into a bar because I've heard a bunch of drunk idiots. Do I tell them to shut the hell up or anything? No, let the bouncer decide and deal with that crap, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And there could be like some of the old guy, like the part you've seen in anybody watch Big Daddy with Adam Sandler?
Oh,
no.
The what movie?
Adam Sandler and Big Daddy.
No, I actually haven't seen Big Daddy.
Yeah, there's a part where he's taking care of the kid because he's like, well, I guess you're living with me for a while until I find your dad, and he doesn't know that his old roommate was the father. Anyway, he takes the kid out doing all sorts of stuff. They go out to a bar. He gets upset. He's like, oh yeah,
Oh my
Mr.
god.
Higley, Mr. Hickley over there drinks a lot of soda. He's like, what'd you say? Bring it on, bring it on, woman. And the guy's like 80 years old. From a person when you see that's age, that's a person that's not gonna fight. But it can't run his mouth. Yeah, he can run his mouth all he wants. But if the guy gets unrolling and actually does try to start a physical fight in the bar, he's getting kicked out. You know that for sure.
Yep, for sure.
agree.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, I was gonna say if my mom was ever a part of this conversation, she would probably say to all of those, I guess you could say, hypersensitive people out there, just suck it up and stop being a wimp.
Yep.
That's all they're doing. They're basically, as we like to all say in the entire fandom, and a lot of people know this term, they're all snowflakes.
Yep.
Yep.
Hmm.
Snowflakes.
My
Snoop.
That's
mom
what
would
all the
also
leftists,
probably,
all the communists first. That's what they all are.
and
They're
my
not
mom
gonna
Communism,
would
win
also,
together.
socialism, call it what you like. It's all just the same thing. It's all
also
ain't I right?
my mom would also say to the people that if she was in the room with them right now, and I have to ad lib some of this because I don't like saying certain words,
Yeah.
she would go, "Oh, my heart bleeds purple pee for you."
Yeah.
What?
But like,
Yeah, I get it.
I don't get
okay.
it.
I don't
Probably
like
you don't
saying the
get
other
it.
word for pee, so if you want to say how what it actually meant, how it actually goes, you're free to.
Yeah. But like I said, with people
I don't
being
think
over,
I wanna.
go ahead. But anyway, what I was going to say is, like I said before, with people being oversensitive at times, I just see people like in their teens and 20 or and mid 20s, and I'm like, God, were you born fucking 40? Shit, acting like your fucking parents already? Get the hell out of here. Gen X,
Yeah,
wouldn't
they
you?
act kind of like they're Mister Know It All, that kind of
Well,
stuff.
it's like if somebody's going to look like they're doing something stupid, somebody would say something. You know what my generation would do? Get a fucking lawn chair, get the popcorn. Let's see how this shit turns out, boys.
Hell yeah.
At least we had some
Oh
sense
yeah.
at that time.
It's like these guys going to do some jackass ass shit. Somebody going to get a credit card from a
Heck yeah.
skateboard right up the woo woo. I want to see this shit.
Grab some popcorn.
That's always fun. But
Hmm.
I think we've all noticed this pattern though, and I will mention this because it's also one of our other topics at the same time. Well, not really topics, I guess subjects, I guess, is all these woke companies, all this woke shit. It's all going downhill. Get woke,
Yeah.
get broke. That kind of thing, or
Well,
go
Yep.
woke, get broke. It was something like that. But I
you
mean,
guys know.
you guys, I mean, you guys have heard of what's been going on with Disney now,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yep.
Florida. Ron DeSantis is on a roll. You got the tax removing tax breaks for Disney. You got the Don't Say Gay bill, and you have the election task force.
I call it the Don't Molest Kids bill.
Yeah, it's
If that's
officially called the
Yeah.
basically,
parental rights bill.
yeah, and everybody's
But
trying to
there's
say, oh,
also the election task force he just did, like I think last week or something.
hmm
Hey,
which I
I
think are
probably won't be able to, probably don't remember this, but did we ever cover a topic about school, like the No Child Left Behind Act?
I remember that.
What's that?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was something from years ago, though.
yeah, based
Yep.
on grades.
And basically, I think I might have been a part of it because I
Uh,
barely got to learn anything. And the No Child Left Behind Act, if I'm getting this right, you can correct me, means that if other kids in your class graduate, you're immediately pushed up to graduation. You're not held back. You aren't left behind.
that's just not fair for the people that want to like get ahead, right?
Well,
Pretty
I mean,
much.
yeah, it's like me.
They're
Yeah.
basically dragging the good students down to the
Mhm.
ba- worst students. I don't want to use that word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's
To their level.
basically dragging the students that are having a hard time with education
Yeah.
through school and into graduation before
Yeah.
they even get to learn anything.
Yeah.
Well, it's like me. I had to repeat the first grade. You know,
I never really had to repeat a class.
Me either.
I never had to repeat it once, but I'm
no, I'm
pretty
not
sure
saying.
I needed to.
No, I said a grade, not a class. I'm talking about first grade. I did not go to the second grade. I had to repeat the first grade when I was in school.
Ouch.
I didn't
Ouch.
repeat
What happened
anything.
there?
Huh? Grades weren't high enough and everything, and I flunked on getting past to the second grade. I also had a friend that also got flunked, got held into the first grade as well.
Most of my grades were
Jeez.
B's, C's, and D's.
I'm gonna step
I'm like,
away for a moment.
all right, but no, I just my grades weren't high enough. I was getting like a few B's, and everything else was like D's and C's. They called it something else back then before you start getting an A grade, like but it's weird how schools are,
Yeah, it's crazier now these days, though. But I think overall, though, the worst storm, is we're still going through that. But I think things are going to get better since now all this woke crap is going, bye bye,
Yeah,
basically.
for
yeah.
sure. And
We're going to see it all go away.
yeah,
Hmm.
Which I do
and
want to bring up something I've actually learned.
I wanted
One of
to
my. Go
Hang
ahead.
on here.
yeah, I
Yeah,
wanted to bring
sorry.
up something at some point if we could roll into. Someone
Yeah.
mentioned before the Russia investigation. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with that, the latest news on that, but there's some groundbreaking stuff that's just came
Mm.
out like this past week.
Mm.
So, can I share that with you?
Go for
Go
it.
for
Yeah,
it.
go for it. We're on the
So,
topic, anyways.
yeah. So, as we know, this whole thing started with them trying to bring up these documents to prove that um, Trump was influenced by Russia, and it was this conspiracy to get Putin was like helping Trump to win, but then that was all thrown away, and then it turned onto the Democrats. So Trump put John Durham, special prosecutor, to launch a probe on Hillary Clinton's campaign. And now, after like 5 years, it's finally accumulated to him issuing subpoenas, basically requesting that the entire campaign staff go to court and be put on trial.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, this week
Oh yeah.
and in
Oh
two
yeah, I
weeks from
remember all that.
now, they're going to be put on trial.
Hmm.
Ooh.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But we still have to worry about the election fraud, though, of course. But a lot of states are
Yeah.
overturning that. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah.
You
And
realize
that's part of this
if a
whole
couple
big
more,
process.
oh yeah, you realize if a couple more states overturn, a certain someone's going to get kicked out instantly,
Yeah. I like how
and they're
somebody
trying
put
to
I
up
don't
a.
prevent
know
that.
how much that will be done with that. I don't think that's gonna happen, to be honest.
It's happened once
political
in
status
history,
from
though.
yeah,
It
but
happened with the
right now
2000 election.
yeah, but that was during the election. We're now 2 years after the election has been declared uh
Yeah,
over.
so-called declared, but we all know it's not gonna stick with that literally.
Yeah, but I think we're just gonna have to ride out Biden
Yeah.
unless
By
we
then,
get
all
like
of
a
us
red
would.
wave, unless we get like a 2/3 majority Republican House to impeach and remove Biden. You're not gonna see that happening.
Well, there is the midterms.
Oh,
Yeah, but you're gonna have to get a
it is very
huge
close
wave.
to
You have to get a
happening, though.
super majority. You're gonna have to get a super
Oh, you should see all
majority.
the people that have already flipped. I even know a couple of Democrats in my state that have already flipped also, and you never see that
Yeah,
happen here.
yeah. I just
Hmm.
don't think the wave is gonna be big enough for a super majority.
Yeah, you never
Maybe I don't
know. I
know.
mean,
I mean, we didn't think Twitter would ever be, changed, right? We didn't see that coming.
well, look how many
No,
people are.
but elections are a bit more predictable than that, and I'm just saying, like, I'm just being a realist here.
Yeah, but I mean, anything can always happen in elections,
Yeah,
and whatnot.
Anything
it's
can.
not in our control.
I
I
mean,
was
everybody
wondering.
thought that Hillary was going to win, and it's like,
Yeah,
I lost. It's like,
yeah.
yeah, you lost.
Yeah, that was
I was
short. That was
gonna
funny as
say.
hell.
I was gonna say a side note about the school thing. I've
Mm.
actually heard from a friend saying that if you believe that you weren't given the appropriate education or they didn't do their job well enough to teach you, you can actually sue them for not doing their job correctly enough to teach you the stuff you need to learn to go through life.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll tell you that's you know is what it is with school. But I mean, there's other program. Well, there used to be programs. I don't know if there still are, as there used to be before the recession. I heard a lot got cut.
Yeah, now schools are teaching all this crap
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that's used. It's like, okay, was a drag show during someone's pep rally or whatever supposed to do? It's
And
like,
all
aren't you?
the CRT stuff, the critical race theory,
Yeah, and
which
also
they
they
call fake, doesn't
and
exist.
some religions, or no, not, I'm sorry, but some schools are supposed to be like, oh, we're going to recognize religious holidays. It's like, why? Religion has no place in school. It hasn't ever had a place in school since, I want to say, what, the 50s or 60s.
I'd like to say I feel like the whole thing with at least holidays that should be recognized because, especially with my religion, I
Well,
cannot
yeah.
technically be in school on during the holiday. So I think that has to be a thing that we make. And it doesn't mean you're bringing religion into school. You're just
Hmm.
allowing them to
Yeah,
observe their
recognizing a
religion.
holiday is one
Yeah,
thing, but I'm saying if all of a sudden, like, there was a thing about, a kid who brought a Bible into the school and like white
yeah,
and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, whatever somebody does at home is their thing. But when
yeah,
you're at school, you're to be educated, learn math, learn history. Well, whatever they want to teach about history now, but you know,
Yeah, even though
learn.
it's all crap now.
Yeah, I did.
yeah,
I got pulled out to go to a resource room and I'd never learned anything about social studies until I went into high school. And that the only thing I
yeah.
learned how to do was balance my checkbook and learn in how to make out a check. That was it
But
about social studies I learned. I didn't learn anything about financing or anything else. Anybody else learned it, and I was like, dude, I got pulled out of the class for other stupid crap.
My social studies, my social studies is basically me trying to catch up on work that I couldn't do in other classes very well without somebody to help me read.
Hmm.
I literally
I
had to
guess
have a teacher by my side 24/7 to help me read.
Yeah, now
I
they
guess
want to
I
call.
was a little more lucky than you guys because I had a really good curriculum in school, in my school. Like I
Oh,
took like 3 AP classes in social studies,
well,
AP Global and AP US,
well,
and
my
AP Gov.
back in high school, I actually had a jackass for a U.S. history teacher. It was like, ugh. Him and I never got along.
Oh,
oh,
I
I
loved
know.
my AP teachers. They were much better than the regular, the Regents classes teachers.
Yeah, the only thing I
One of
regret
my
is
special ed teachers was pretty entertaining. He knew how to hook the class into learning when they
Hmm.
started veering off their lessons by telling short stories and basically, what is it also called? Not a story, but it's like an education in a way that's a bit short and easy to swallow, but very entertaining. Fun facts.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I didn't know I couldn't get in trouble for was hitting on my teachers, and I wish I would have now.
No, no.
Hey, they could get in trouble. I was a minor, damn it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
back then. But nowadays, you got all this crazy shit now
Yeah.
that I feel sorry for students. It's like,
Hmm.
like I said before, one girl, you could have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and all of a sudden get a picture sent to you in class. Then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, gets turned into a security guard. They call the police, and guess
Yeah.
what? You're on the sex offender list because your girlfriend uh, sent you a picture on her phone. It's like we never got in trouble for that stuff back in the day. Nowadays, you can end up on the sex offender list for that at even 16.
Damn.
That that's just because your
That's
girlfriend
not
decided to
right.
show off her racket to send a picture of her rack to you.
Like you're just a teen. Yeah, you
Hmm.
don't know any better, but you can learn to be better.
Yeah, but the thing is also like if you guys are going out and everything, it's like text you this. Oh, here's a picture of my rack, and then all of a sudden you got that in class, and then everything, and that goes through the whole system. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, guess what? I'm 16 now, and I'm on this, and me and my girlfriend are on the sex offender list.
Good thing I've never gotten myself into that trouble.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
I'd
me
say
neither.
the one thing that would probably be slightly worse than that, which has never happened, but have everybody give you a cold stare.
Well,
Oh.
I've seen that happen one time because one guy accidentally had a Playboy in his trapper keeper that fell out.
Oh damn.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he went to and this guy got always set. The ones I'm talking about. You never ran into him until maybe the last part of school of the year, and you would hear the guy's name over and over almost every other day on the intercom. Please come to the principal's office. Please come, such and such. Please come to the principal's office. You know, and I'm just like, I'm surprised. I don't know what happened, and I heard it was mostly fights, but the guy never got expelled.
There wasn't really anything from my high school I can remember, like crazy stuff, bad stuff like that. I
Oh,
wasn't very social anyway, so I never got myself into any drama.
we had all
I've
sorts of
seen
stuff
crazy
happen.
shit. I actually saw a lot of crazy shit back at high school for me.
Yeah, there's a one girl, I guess, got in a fight with another girl, and um, they got into the hair pulling part, and one girl, I
Oh
don't
my
know what you
god.
call, had one of her braids ripped out, and
Of course
while she's
girls would
going,
fight like that.
yeah, she was getting taken down to the principal's office. I ran up to her and said, "Hey, you dropped this."
Mm.
Oh my god, the look she probably would have given,
Oh,
right?
oh yeah. But I mean, shoot, I really didn't talk to a lot of people. I had like 5 friends in high school. I gotta say
Yeah,
one
same.
one died from
Dude,
cancer.
I only talked to about one person from my high school now.
My one of my best friends, she right after high school. She got diagnosed with cancer, and 4 months later she
Oh,
passed.
that's a shame.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
she was the
Oh, I'm
nicest
sorry.
person you could ever meet. She never put anybody down or anything. She always had high energy with her. It was just, I mean, every time I go in the mall, she used to work at this cookie place in the mall. I forgot what it was. And every time I go past it, it just like, man, I used to see her throughout high school because she worked that job almost for like 2 or 3 years. And then just,
Stuff like that brings up the eternal question: Why do bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people?
I gotta say it's equal on both sides. It's doesn't just, yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes it feels that
it's,
way, though. It really does.
and it's something that can
Yeah,
never
it
be
really
explained.
does.
I basically have a
Mhm.
friend who believes that every time he makes a friend, that friend either leaves or dies because he's had multiple friends leave him or die in a certain amount of time. And those certain amount of times are usually short. And
Yikes.
he's very depressed he gets very depressed every time that happens and talks about suicide.
uh,
Ooh. But
uh,
well, looks like
I
we've
don't
hit the
know if
top
this
of the
sounds
hour.
insensitive, but I really distance myself from people who are depressed or want to commit suicide because I really don't know how to deal with that those type of people, and I'm just afraid I'm gonna make it worse. So I usually just distance myself from them, and I don't want them to
Yeah.
drag me down. Not
I
to
mean,
sound
Uh,
insensitive.
my
yeah.
advice would be if you ever have somebody who's depressed around you, a friend of yours, be open and honest. Tell them that you do not know how to deal with
Yeah,
depressed people and you have
yeah,
to step away to because you're afraid of making it worse.
yeah.
Help them understand
Mhm.
so they don't feel like you're abandoning them.
Yeah, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
just like I brought up
Thank
things
you.
to people about that. It's like they said, "Oh, my life's so bad." I was like, "You grew up with your grandfather, right?" And they're like, "Yeah." It's like, "How's he doing?" He's in a VA hospital because he went through Vietnam. I was like, "Could you imagine the stuff that person saw throughout that time? Maybe having to hold a part of his friend's insides into him." And everything, trying to
Ooh.
get him into a helicopter and all this. I was like, whatever, people who haven't experienced war have no idea. And I've seen a
Um,
Oh
lot of
yeah.
stuff remastered now, and I'll tell you, you got to have one heck of an iron stomach to sit through it. Just like, I
uh,
don't know,
Mm,
bring up one more
mhm.
thing in school. Like, any of you ever seen any of the videos when you went through driver's education?
nope, never went
Yeah.
through driver's
Nope.
education.
They would show us
Nope.
car wrecks and accidents of what happened to somebody,
Oh
like
yeah.
trying to outrun a train. Somebody's girlfriend, half of her sticking out the window, and I'll tell you, real mess. This is why I wish they would have never gotten rid of Rotten.com, because that was just basically all a lot of car accident victims and whatnot. And I'll tell you, it shows a good example. Don't be a friggin', Yahoo with a vehicle, out on the road.
Yeah.
This is
Thinking,
gonna
oh,
sound dark, but I love watching stuff like that.
Well, guys, I know I hate cutting you off, but we've hit an hour in the show, and that's usually what I like to do. And I think it was definitely a good one. What do you
Woo!
guys think?
Now we're
oh, it's
Yeah,
not
and
yeah,
I
it
bad.
was
do
pretty
have
fun.
to tell you about, I guess you could say, that one topic we were talking about before we started, when you, I guess you could say, are no longer live.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But anyways, I'm glad that all this shit is actually starting to break out now. All these leftists, all these communists are finally getting what
Yeah.
they deserve. Just to
I'd
see what
like
happens,
to
right?
conclude this
Power to
with saying that
justice. and not the
The entire
political justice.
establishment is coming down. Big tech,
I think this is funny.
Hollywood,
Let's.
big business,
It's all.
and big
It's all
government.
going to
It's all tumbling
implode.
down. Yes.
It's all going to
No, you
implode.
just have to
Let's
wait
just
for
put it that
children's
way.
services to implode.
Oh yeah, like I said, look at what's happened between the Trekkies and the Star Wars fans. They used to have it out for each other. It finally imploded on them to where it's more based now. It's like who cares who ripped off who? Everybody has their own vision of
Yeah.
everything.
That
But
doesn't mean you
like,
have to be stupid and force them down other people's throats.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, I know.
My
My
mom had a thing where she says, "Don't force your religion on me," and she won't force religion on you.
Oh God, don't remind me.
Mhm.
Like I said, my family is that way.
But anyways, thank you guys for being on, and of course, Liberty Fox, aka the Doofy Fox. I mean, sorry, I can't. I couldn't resist with that,
Hey.
right? Because I call you that all the time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You can't
But
resist being a bully.
I'm not being a bully. I'm just teasing.
Oh, I am getting so tired of hearing that dang phrase.
May I make a statement?
But this has been fun.
Go.
This has been really nice talk.
When
Yeah.
when you said doofy, all I can think of is Doofensmirts.
Oh my
Doofenshmirtz
god.
Evil Incorporated. Yeah, all the
Pretty
jingles. Oh
much.
my god.
Doofenshmirtz Evil
All I can
Incorporated.
think of is with Doofy what's that called? Scary movie. Officer Doofy. It's like, yeah, Mom said when I wear this badge, I'm a man. Mom also said to keep your dick out of the vacuum cleaner.
All right, well, let me get this rolling here, and I like to do this. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more episodes. You can find me on Twitter and Telegram at Mighty Red Wolf. I'm always there all the time, but mostly on Telegram. But now that Twitter is going back to being normal again, finally, I'm going to be on there more. I'm going to be posting more stuff on there. We're going to be having more updates, and of course, we're going to be having our show list, of course, every weekend. We'll see if we can get any other new faces, right?
Yay. Yeah.
And
Every
Hopefully
weekend.
I can
so this is
come
all
up
of us.
next weekend.
Oh yeah, so this is
And
all
I'm
of us
pretty
from
sure
Xavier,
Z is
Draco, of
happy
course.
that it made it.
Yep. But anyways, Xavier, Draco, of course, Liberty Fox. Of course, I'm going to call you Doofy Fox, and of course, Boombox. It's good to see you, and hopefully, we will
Yep.
see you again.
Just cut out.
Ooh. He died. Rip.
Maybe he did. I don't know.
We will only know when he disappears.
But it says we're still alive, so I don't know if he's having microphone issues or what.
The question is, if
He
he
was
does
going
disappear,
right
who
there until the
controls
end.
the live
He had one
broadcast?
Excuse me.
Question is, if he does disappear, who controls the?
Well, it's basically
stream
him,
after
and
that?
he's still in
Is it the
control of the
second person
stream.
who joined, which is Xavier?
Well, I guess
died.
he booped or
Okay.
So who's gonna end the stream? Should we
Well,
just
yeah,
talk about
who's
that
ending
until he comes back?
I guess we'll keep it going until he ends it. So yeah, we're having some technical
So is he
difficulties
still rolling
today.
on YouTube?
Yeah, it's still going on. Look at top left corner. It still says live
Yeah.
up there. So we're
Yeah.
still live. But
Okay.
I would
Does
ask,
anyone
I guess,
see
a
a button
question then.
to end stream?
No, there's a button to leave stream for me.
well, yeah, the leave the stream. But the thing is, look at the top left. It says live,
Here,
counting
what if
down.
we all just leave stream?
Yeah, I'd
Let's see
rather
what
stay
happens.
on. I mean, I'd rather talk to some of you guys if you guys want to
Yeah.
talk.